Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Tania Bright. I'm a full-time tarot reader and astrologer. If you want to check out my links, they'll be set down below. If you want to book a reading with me, links will be down below. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a message that you need to hear before August starts. So I have 4 piles laid out in front of you today. There's 4 necklaces on top of them. Go ahead and feel drawn to the decks or necklaces that you feel the most called to. You can feel drawn to one, you can feel drawn to more than one. All these messages will be pretty different, so watch for however many piles you'd like to watch for. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Timestamps will be down below. I'll go ahead and give you a moment of silence to pick the card. Hello, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. I'm actually really excited to be doing this for you today, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little vibe check and just pick out, one card for now. Let's do one card first. I want to make sure I'm shuffling this upright. Cool. Okay. So as I was intuitively channeling this energy, I could tell right away that for this group in particular, we're going to be talking a lot about work and your life momentum and maybe your attitude and perspective on life. I'm also feeling the energy of ego death here. So I'm channeling a lot of Leo, Cancer, Gemini energy. Leo, Cancer, Gemini, probably their sister signs too. So Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Ooh, and here's our vibe check. Oh my goodness, I'm bumping everything. We have the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. I love this energy. So something I'm seeing here, first of all, we have a Lord of Perfected Success energy and Lord of Great Strength. So I really do believe there's this call to level up. And what I am channeling is kind of soreness. So when you're trying to grow muscles and stuff, you have to work out and you get super sore after, and then you need to rest and work out, and eventually though that workout becomes easy, and then you got to up the workout again, because if you want to keep growing, you got to keep staying sore. So there's an energy of maybe a bit of spiritual soreness, emotional soreness, mental I don't know where the soreness is. It's gonna be different for all of you. Gonna pinpoint it maybe to emotion, since we're dealing with cups, and wands, since we're dealing with and spirituality, since we're dealing with wands. That's what I meant to say. My goodness. But yeah, also I'm seeing a lot of Pisces energy here, and Sagittarius energy here. And that's funny, it's Jupiter day today. It's Thursday. Jupiter just retrograded back into the sign of Aquarius. And I think people are really feeling that shift. When it was in Pisces, it was a little bit hard to hone in. And now that it's in Aquarius, it's become a lot more tangible. It's a little bit more easier to work with. When we get into the 10th house, that is really the last human stage, I would say, in the chart. 11th house too, but 11th house can kind of start to deal with space and a more broader area of life, something new, something different, something that humans haven't seen yet. And then when we're in the 12th house, we're really, in the esoteric realm now. So there was something super esoteric when Jupiter was in Pisces, and not a lot of people know how to work with that energy. Now that it's in Aquarius, it's a lot more scientific. So I think we're gonna start being able to calculate things and recalibrate our lives after spending all that time and dreaming about it when Jupiter was in Pisces. So now I think a lot of you are how to level up, how to gain more success, and you got to remember, no pain, no gain. So some of you might have to sacrifice things. You might have to sacrifice fun, you might have to sacrifice dating for a second, you might have to sacrifice you know, like the I don't know what. It's gonna be different for all of you, but you know what I mean. You kind of have to give up a little bit to gain a little bit. No pain, no gain. So remember that as you're working through this time period. Wow, that is so interesting. That's an interesting vibe check. Let's move this up here. I want to make sure this is in frame. A little bit lower. Okay, let's move it down here. Let's just see what kind of things you need to surrender. Like, what are some blockages here? Let's just get some surrender cards in here. Okay. Shuffle, shuffle. Love this energy of Mars here. I've been actually channeling a lot of Mars energy. I would look into your natal Mars placement and see, you know, watch some YouTube videos on it, see what the astrologers say on how you can strengthen that, because I think Mars is also moving into Virgo. It's in Virgo now, I believe. And so I'll have to double check that. I have been not keeping up with the transits lately because I've been working on other stuff. Don't worry, I'm gonna hop back on that. But yeah, Mars, it should be moving into Virgo sometime super soon. If not today, then yeah, that's gonna be a different vibe too. We're gonna be a lot more focused on the nitty-gritty details, the day-to-day work, the day-to-day grind. But do look at your own Mars placement and how, you know, you might need to kind of heal your energy or adapt your energy to the current energy. But anyways, this card says surrender to receiving support and love. Ooh, I love this energy. It says allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. You can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Okay, beautiful. So I feel like there has to be some balance here. That's what I'm seeing. So this is your energy of like work, grind, you know, wanting to level up, wanting to achieve more for ourselves, wanting to be happier on an emotional, spiritual level, wanting to expand on that level too. And it feels like it comes from healing the energy of love and how you use that energy. So, you know, some of us can maybe use the energy of love to try to like keep people, or here's the thing. Let me take a second. Everybody is gonna have an intention for something. So we can't cut people off because they have intentions. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody's going to make you a loaf of banana bread or whatever. And that banana bread is going to have an intention, you know. Maybe they wanted to make you that loaf of banana bread because the intention was they wanted to say thank you because you gave them a ride, you know, to the airport or something. And that was the intention. And that is completely okay. And it's completely okay to receive that. It's completely okay to support that. And I feel like sometimes I could see the way spiritualists talk about intention and they can make it sound like it's bad to have an intention. It's really not. What we need to do is be better at gauging people's intentions, being better at trying to figure out if something is genuine and real and coming from a place of love versus something that's coming from the opposite place. And I think you have been afraid of intention for a while. That's just something I'm feeling with this group, and that might have been a blockage as to why we're not letting ourselves receive support and love, because maybe you feel like, oh, if I receive support and love, then I'm indebted to this person, or if I receive support and love, then I have to, you know, owe them something, give them something back. No. I really feel like you need to surrender to unconditional support and love. Throwing that word in there, I feel like there's a lot of energy around you that is truly unconditional or with good intention, and it's okay to surrender to that. All right, let's see what else you can surrender. Okay, so something I'm just channeling in regards to your career, I really feel like you need to slow down a bit. Because I channeled the lyrics. I don't know if you guys know the song. It's called Vienna. I forget what it's called, but I channel the lyrics. It goes, how's it go? Why did it just slip my mind? Oh my God, my ADHD brain. Get it back, get it back, get it back. What was I about to say? I was talking about the song Vienna. Okay, right, the song Vienna. And so the lyrics go something along the lines of, I can't remember the exact lyrics, but it's something along the lines of like, you're like moving too fast, you forgot what you need. You know, you're going too fast, you forgot what you need. And so that's why you need to slow it down in 1 second. Hang on. You don't gotta do 10 million things at once. Slow down for a second. Really figure out what are the necessary needed steps. And when, you know, I told you Mars and Virgo, it's gonna help you do that. But that was something I'm channeling in terms of career. All right, let's keep pulling another surrender card. Let's do it. What else can this group surrender? I feel like this guy wants to come out. We have surrender procrastination. Okay, Yo God said get on it. Yes, you know, slow down, find out what's important, but get it done. It says now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off, all right? Take action. It says taking action will attract success. So I really feel like there's a lot of good things that come out of what you start right now. And I really feel like your intention is easily seen too. The way like you're seeing other people's intention for things, they see you as well. So make sure that you are also working from a place of like love and a place of, you know, good intentions. Okay. Let's go ahead and, okay, you want to come out. It says surrender to trust. It says don't trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what you do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. I really feel like, you know, you got to stop asking people what they think about what you're doing. And I think you need to start kind of trusting a bit more of yourself. Maybe have, you know, a few trusted people that you could talk to, but you really want to keep it limited, because I feel like you just don't want to have a clouded judgment with things right now. And ironically, I also feel like you need to trust other people around you too. I know this card talks about, you know, mostly trusting yourself, but I kind of feel in this group that you do that. To some extent, you do that. You do trust yourself. You're almost like highly independent or overly independent where you only maybe trust yourself. But I kind of feel like this group needs to surrender trusting other people as well. I feel like there are selected few people in your group that really got your back, that can really help you and are here to help you. They're sent to help you. So identify them and trust them. But remember, your intuition comes first. Your gut feeling comes first, because you are the most knowledgeable about your life and your life purpose and why you're here. More than any other astrologer, tarot reader, friend, whoever, you are the most knowledgeable, and you can channel that energy the most accurately. So trust yourself above all else. All right, let's go ahead and pull a postcard from Spirit. Love this deck. Can we please get a postcard for this group? I love all of this water and fire energy. I feel like if you're a water sign, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of fire signs. If you're heavily fire, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of water. But one thing about these two energies, when I'm looking at this, you know, Ten of Cups water card, I channel the energy of go with the flow. Let it flow. Let it, like, do not fuck with it. Like, and I hate, I hate to cuss, trying to cuss less on here, but don't mess with the flow, because I think the flow is extremely set up like in your favor already as is. So don't mess with it, go with the flow. And then one thing I love about this fire energy is that fire is so bright and beautiful and unapologetic. It is eye-catching. You know, when we see big flames of fire, we're gonna look at it. And so there's this energy of you having that, like you being seen, you having that like attractiveness to you, and so let it be seen. I feel like you cover it up. I keep channeling the energy of somebody like covering their mirrors up in like their house. Uncover those mirrors, you hot ass Bitch, what do you do? Uncover those mirrors. Uncover those mirrors, okay? You're hot as hell, and you start, owning it, owning that attractiveness, letting the beautiful parts of you come forward. I feel like for so long you have been living on the narrative of the most negative parts of yourself, and your guides are so done. They're so done with that. They said there's too much beauty here for you, and you need to start putting that forward. I'm channeling that, the quote, put your best foot forward now, love. Time to put your best foot forward. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull these cards. All right, here's our postcard. It says, "Dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything." And it's our center card right now. It says, "We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although that is wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into experience. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it and when you want to turn away from anything that causes it. And we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane, okay? So stay away from anything that takes away your love for life and your love for yourself, okay? And love for something bigger and greater, whatever you believe that is." And then it says, "Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here." Such a beautiful message and a beautiful way to end this reading. All right, group number 1, thank you so much for tuning in. That was my message for you all. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up so that way I know to post on YouTube more. Comment down below, maybe some black hearts so that way I know you picked this pile. And let me know what you think. You can tweet me at Twitter, or you can comment down below. I just love hearing feedback. And I like engaging with you guys and stuff. Or I'm trying to do it more too. But yeah, also if you guys want to book a reading with me, all my links will be down below. Yeah, it was so fun reading for you today, and I will see you in my next YouTube video. What's up, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. So we are going to start off by pulling some tarot cards here to kind of check out the vibe and what's going on for you. I will say, right off the bat, intuitively, I feel like we're going to be talking about sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, love, relationships, happiness, heart chakra as well. It really feels like this group is coming out of a hermit mode, or coming out of a chapter in life where they were really closed off, and I feel like you were closed off and you got to know yourself on a more inward level, and now it's kind of time to come out of your shell a bit. I'm picking up on a lot of Libra energy here, Scorpio energy, Taurus energy, Aries as well. So interesting. Capricorn a bit. So I think something too that I'm intuitively sensing with this group is that this process can be kind of hard, because it kind of maybe feels like you have to, create a new flow, or create a new, there's a new wave to hop on, you know what I mean? A new wavelength to hop on, a new energy to hop on. And I feel like this group is a little bit tired of having to be always on the move. I feel like this group is, wanting things to be still, wanting things to settle. But the tea I'm getting is that the ball is just starting to roll. It really is. I also was channeling the words "love is back." Love is back. That is a title for a song by an artist named Celeste. If you want to look up "Love is Back" by Celeste, you might resonate with that song. But there's a freaking beautiful, exciting, like romantic, alluring energy ahead of you. Something about your life is so magical and happy right now. It's like a freaking Netflix love story, you know? And I think what's important here is to release your attachment to outcome and release your attachment to the past and just be in the present moment. Enjoy the happy moments while they're here. I feel like this group knows that that things change really fast. You know, this group knows that things change really fast. So when it has a moment of happiness, when you have a moment of like love or something, grounding, soak it up and just be in the moment, you know. I feel like this group can kind of maybe set itself short because it knows something is temporary, or it knows something is temporary, I guess. And I feel like it can kind of make it an unenjoyable process because maybe this group likes things to be more permanent, and it can kind of associate, you know, change with loss, or can associate things that are temporary with something that's just not as valuable. And that's not always true. I think what this group is learning is to kind of like let things flow in and out way easier. Stop trying to retain everything. That's kind of what it feels like. I want to make sure these cards are in the upright position. Just this one that was reversed, which was the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and pull a card and kind of get a vibe for this group. Something too about this group's energy is like scattered or a little chaotic. I feel like you guys kind of have to like hone in your like routine a little bit more, or hone in your focus a bit. I feel like there's a lot of like distractions because there is so much change, and because suddenly there's a lot more stimulation in your life than what you might be used to. So that's okay. All right, so for our vibe check, we have Nine of Cups. What a beautiful card. I kind of want to pull one more too. Let's get another one for this vibe. Here it is. We have Four of Cups. It's funny, I have been channeling this energy for quite some time now. So something I'm feeling with this vibe is that I feel like this group is, the way I see this Nine of Cups card, I'm going to try to describe it, is kind of like the energy of a gate. It's kind of like the energy of the gate. You're like 9 out of 10 of the ways there. If you want to get to the other side of the gate where it's 10 out of 10, where it has everything you've been wanting and manifesting, where you start to reach fulfillment, you kind of have to give up like the 9th cup. You kind of have to like not level up, but you kind of have to like grow, mature, upgrade. And I feel this growth or the maturity or upgrade in your emotions and how you use your emotions to navigate life. I really feel like this group on a mental level is extremely solid. And I think that this group has worked really hard to get there. And now it's kind of like the energy's dropping back down to the heart. And now we kind of have to like work on our emotions a little bit more. And I feel like that's a little harder for this group. Maybe because your emotions are really intense or really strong, or maybe because they're just harder to tap into. But something that I'm seeing for this group is that your wants and your wishes and your manifestations are here, but they are coming in a way that is not necessarily different. And it's not that it's necessarily not what you want, but they're coming in a way where you have to kind of like level up for them. You have to level up for them. You have to be a better person to accept these blessings in. And I think that's the challenge for this group, is becoming a better person on an emotional level. And becoming a better person on an emotional level can mean, you know, you learning to be kinder, learning to be softer, learning to be a better friend, you know, learning not to be so selfish. I think there's something about this group's energy where you've been really cutthroat lately. Like you've been really cutthroat, you've been really rough around the edges, and that got you this far, yes. But for this next test, for this next lesson, for this next chapter, you need to soften up I need to be more relaxed. I feel like things aren't so intense and so serious anymore. And if you treat this time period as if it were, you're not gonna get what you want. I'm kind of channeling the energy of law of attraction, and maybe for the last 9 lessons or last chapter, whatever you want to call it, you've been in that mindset of having to defend yourself or having to heal, having transformed. I feel heavy yang energy here, where you feel like you've been having to like grind and work and fight, and now it's time for you to kind of like sit back and receive and trust and be kind and offset all that anger, offset all that pain, offset all those wounds, offset all that fear and anxiety by leading life from a place of love, leading life from a place of trust for yourself, trust for people. It's so interesting, and I think that's what this group is having difficulty understanding, is that this life is possible, that it doesn't have to be so hard, that it doesn't have to be painful, that it doesn't have to be intense, stressful. Sometimes things can just be good. Sometimes things can just be happy. Sometimes things can just be magical. And I really feel like this group, I'm getting an image of like you coming down from the clouds back down to the ground. Like you've done the spiritual work, but now you got to do the groundwork, the earth work. Okay, earth work. Being a better friend to the people in your presence. Staying offline more. Meeting people in... Okay, sorry, I apologize for that interruption. I got a phone call. But I also kind of feel like that energy is happening a lot for this group, like interruptions or getting distracted super easily. It's funny, I felt that energy for the last group too. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but hey, if that's resonating with you, hone in your focus, don't get thrown off, don't get distracted. And just because something tries to distract you doesn't mean you let it, it doesn't mean you give into it. But anyways, we were talking about trust and trusting your intuition, and how this group's intuition is popping off, and that maybe if y'all aren't resonating with certain messages or whatever, read for yourself. I also feel heavily to say, look into astrology if you haven't already. If you've been looking into astrology and you know your tropical chart really well, get to know your sidereal chart. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It opens up perspective. Expand your, mystical knowledge, okay? Expand it. Let's see, are there any other lessons for this group? Okay, I kind of do want to go back to piggyback on my message about distractions, though. This is not the time to get distracted. Why, my love? You're 9 out of 10 of the ways there. You're almost about to be at your home run. You're almost about to be at your accumulation period. That's why it's really not the time to get distracted. And as I say that, here comes our lessons. Ooh, looks like we have 3 more, so we'll do that. Let's see what this lesson is. Oh, look at that. Lesson of success. It says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Beautiful. I think success goes beyond... it's funny. I channeled the devil card in reverse, and I channeled it as a person and also as an energy. I'm going to talk about it as an energy first. But I think you are starting to build a life on a different type of definition of success. So perhaps when you built your past life, your past chapter, you built it on the idea that success is having, a certain amount of money, and success is looking a certain type of way, or success is being detached from money even. I don't know. There seems to be a change in what success means. And now you're building your career differently. You're building your life a little bit differently. And I think your new definition of success is so much more freeing, and it makes you so much more happy, and it makes you feel so much more content. And I really think what you realize is that success is love, loving what you do, loving the people around you, loving yourself. That is, I think, what truly makes you feel like, yes, I'm successful and I'm happy. But let's go ahead and see what this other lesson is. We have discipline, okay? Like this, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So making sure that you, again, what I say, don't get distracted. There are things here to tempt you and test you and distract you, and it's not the time to give in to them. Okay, last lesson we have here is loneliness. So it says, I know that I am never alone. And I told you, I feel like this group was coming out of a period of loneliness and kind of becoming more social, more popular, even like more well liked. I can kind of see that in your energy. Or perhaps you like just allow yourself to be seen more as well. But it really feels like there's a lot. Okay, so I'm channeling a few things when it comes to love, and let me start off by going back to what I was saying about how I picked up on the Devil card in reverse as a person. I feel like a few of you in this group are connecting with a person who maybe seems a little bit dangerous, or maybe seems like a little bit like there's some trouble, you know what I mean? But it's good trouble, my love. It's good trouble. It is the type of trouble you need right now. It's gonna push you past your comfort zone. It feels like it's gonna show you a different perspective. It's gonna challenge you. I feel like a lot of you are coming into union with like a very complementary opposite person, which is honestly what you want. Twin flames, overhyped. That is just going to be too much like you and you just burn up in the flames. You want your complementary opposite. And that's what I think you guys are coming across. And I think both of you are teaching each other lessons. And I think both of you are very fascinated by each other. I'm going to have to do, I think, a separate love reading for you guys. So give this video a like and comment down below if you guys want a separate love reading, and I can just dive deeper into the types of dynamics I'm channeling. But I do feel love being like a huge focus for this group, and kind of incorporating more people in, more romance in, and more playtime in being a big thing for this group. And I feel like you might be like, oh, if I do that, I think you're scared of losing everything you worked for, scared of getting too distracted, scared of getting lost again or something like that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You are so hardcore on the right path right now that I don't think something like some dates or some fun or some playtime is going to throw you off. Okay, just want to say that. So give yourself the damn playtime. Oh my goodness. And as I say that, we have some postcards that fell. So we have two. I'm going to take the bottom, put the top back. So let's see. This bottom card, on the bottom it says, what does that say? Riddle treasure? It's a little bit hard to read, but let's read this card. It says, Dearest you, since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built. Yes, a good solid foundation, and yet flexibility too in case of earthquakes. Truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base, whether it be an idea that takes one step at a time or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this. Okay. The fact that my throat is getting a little bit I'm laughing because I feel like this is so awkward, but the fact that my throat is getting a little bit tight kind of makes me feel like I should have read this card then instead of this card. So we're gonna put that one back and we're gonna read this one. But hey, if you resonated with this one and you want to finish it, I'm gonna hold it up right here. You can screenshot it and read it back if you'd like. Hopefully it's in focus. Okay, so you can just screenshot that and read that back if you want. But I think, are meant to pull this card. So we're gonna read this card. All right, on the back it says, you are divine beauty. So cute. It says, Dearest you, we are a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through languages of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on Earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. So right off the bat, that first paragraph is super interesting to me because we talked about how this group is kind of working on the earthly plane now, making things real, taking what it learned from like, you know, from its spiritual inward journey and bringing it out into this actual tangible world, and maybe, you know, showing it to other people and helping other people start their own journey. And that's what I love. I feel like this part of the card like confirms that, where it talks about how you kind of have to now focus on changing your communication, going from speaking super esoteric and in symbols, or speaking from your emotions, to now you maybe speak with your mind a lot more. You speak with like your like heart a lot more, or something like that. So I think that's going to be a change you're going to be getting used to and trying to get to like relearn and get to know yourself in that new way. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep reading. It says, right now you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second step is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer in your favor. Affirmative, we say. Loving you so very much. So I feel like this group needs to communicate what it wants. It needs to communicate what it wants, and it gets it. It needs to communicate. I'm getting the energy of the Magician here in reverse. And I think what is kind of indicating to me is that this group knows that it has everything it needs to kind of like mix, or to kind of like create whatever it wants to create. But I think it's missing that creative spark, that little fire, that little that inspiration, you know, burning inside. I think it's kind of missing that, and I think that's why you need to have the fun though in the playtime, because that's going to bring that like fire back. And then like this card was talking about though, like communicate what you want like to the universe, to the people around you, and then I think that Magician card will start to kind of like manifest a little bit easier, because the Magician card means you have all the tools you need to whip up whatever you want to whip up. You just need to use them. And I think you're kind of like learning your tools, learning how to use it, learning, you know, how everything fits. It's okay. It's a new energy. It's a new wave. It's a new you. It's one that you deserve. I gotta say, you've been working towards building this reality for yourself for probably like all of the pandemic, and now it's here. Now it's yours, and now you get to live in it, you know, instead of dreaming about it, you get to live in it. And I think that's really, really beautiful and really, really fun. And I want you to have, you know, to give yourself that permission to have fun. Give yourself permission to enjoy this beautiful life that you've spent so long and so hard trying to build, okay? All right, group number 2. So that was your message. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to book a reading with me or anything, check out the link down below. Oh my god, I hope that wasn't super crooked this whole time. But anyways, if you want to book a reading with me or anything, check out the link down below. Don't forget to like, comment, or tweet at me and tell me what you think. I really love to hear feedback from you guys, so I know to keep doing these types of readings. But yeah, it was such a pleasure working with your energy, and I will see you in the next YouTube video. Bye. What's up, group number 3? So if you chose this pile, then this reading is for you. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it, because I am feeling super freaking hyped by your energy. Your energy feels like a wild card. And I think it's super interesting, because I feel like I have a group here whose energy is like the opposite of a wild card. Like you might be a little more introverted, you might be a little bit more shy or something like that. And right now, like the universe is like pulling you out of your shell. Like it feels like your life is getting busier. There's a lot more people coming in, and like you're getting more active in your life, and you kind of have to like come out of your shell a bit. And I think it's really fun and it's really exciting though. So something I could tell right off the bat that we're going to be talking about a lot of like maybe creative energy here for this group. And in this pile, I think we're going to be talking a lot of about your social energy, and I think we're going to be talking a lot about your overall well-being. I keep channeling like this sentence of like, I can't even remember the last time someone just asked me how I was, or I can't even remember the last time someone just asked me about my well-being. I feel like, you know, this group, you're the type of people who is always asking your friends, how are they doing? How are you feeling? How's your day going? Blah, blah, blah. And I feel like you're kind of like sitting here and you're like, damn, like I can't remember the last time any of these people checked on me. And I think that's very telling about who you are and the type of people you surround yourself with. And something tells me that the type of people you surround yourself with is super freaking highlighted right now. And some changes are going to need to be made there for sure. But let's go ahead and pull some cards. I think it's upside down. And kind of see what the vibe is right now. Let's do a quick vibe check. I want to pull like 1 or 2 cards. I like to be really concise with like the cards I pull. When there's too many cards out, like I get kind of overwhelmed. So let's see. Let's just get a few cards, kind of see what your vibe is. I am like intuitively sensing the energy of chaotic, like good. It's like things are messy, but will like somehow come together, or things are like moving really quick, but like it all comes together at the end. So if you've been kind of like stressing about that, no, you're fine. I feel it in the energy that you're fine. Like it all works out. There's a reason here. It's for like all the reading so far, there's been a huge like go with the flow type energy. And I really just feel like we're in a paradigm where the universe is leading us right now. And sometimes people don't like that, especially if you are kind of a control freak. This energy, like it's not the time to be a control freak, okay? You kind of have to go with the flow here. Let's see. I need to tap back into this energy. I'm getting a little distracted. Let's see. Let's get a vibe check for this group. Oh, here's our vibe check. Okay. So the 2 of Pentacles, I like that because that is indicating to me that you can juggle things. And then we have the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands is a card of like celebrations or getting together with like your community or your family and like celebrating things. So like celebrating like, I don't know, baby shower, stuff like that. That's like 4 of Wands energy. And 2 of Pentacles. So I think what this tells me is that there's a lot of like happy and celebratory moments coming in this month. And I think you, like I said, are like not used to it or feeling a little bit thrown off by it because you were in hermit mode for so long, or you were kind of like, it feels like you were really just focused on your life and on healing. Like you were grinding, you were working, you know, you were doing the inner work. Like I feel like there was a lot of heavy ass energy that was like just here. Like it was just here, and I feel like you have just now cleaned it out, and you've spent like a good amount of time cleaning it out. And I want to freaking cry as I channel this message, and as I say this, it makes me want to cry. It gives me like a little bit of a tight throat as I say this, but it really does feel like this group like cleared out so much heaviness, and now there's like a moment of rewards for that, or a moment of lightness in the air now, a moment of happiness in the air, a moment of safety. Oh my God, I get chills as I say that. A moment of freaking safety here. And you know, I think it's interesting because I was channeling the word chaos, and usually the chaos and safety, you know, those words don't go together, but I feel like you are the type of person who knows how to find stability in chaos, who knows how to keep your footing and your grounding in chaos. So like Spirit's not worried about that. Spirit knows that you can juggle this chaos, and because this chaos isn't bad. I told you, it's chaotic good. It's for a purpose. It's something you can trust. Wow, I also feel like, it's interesting how we're, using this very like sexual deck for this group. I do feel like an attractiveness here for this group, or like a really like sexy thing about this group that I think is an inward thing. It's like an inner flame that's coming in you, and it's so sexy, it's so attractive, and people, I think, see it before you see it. And you might have some evil eye people like wanting to put that out, wanting to put out your flame. And I think the thing here is that you like are untouchable though. Like, you're kind of not touchable. Like, this flame is so strong because you have been put out so many freaking times before, that now you have a flame that is like literally so strong. You've learned your lesson. You know how to protect it. You know how to keep it guard. It's kind of reminding me of this quote that I saw on Twitter a few days ago. And it was like, the reason why I'm so calm is because I'm freaking crazy on the inside. Like, it's because I'm crazy. And I think that's kind of the vibe here. Like, the reason why things are so chill now is because you've already paid your dues. Like, it has already been hard and sad and difficult for this group. It already has. Like, you've literally just cleared it out. I feel it in the energy. I feel like I've hopped in on this reading. It's kind of like that energy of like, all the drama has gone down already, and then you like come in and like the friend group is crying, and like, everybody's like getting ready to leave. Like, they've already told the story. The drama already went down. It's kind of like the energy of like two people just fought, and you came in, and like everybody's like riled up, and everybody's like, like talking about it, and you're like, whoa, what happened? Like, what I miss? That's how I feel as a reader stepping into your energy. I came in and I was like, dang, what happened? Like, what did I just miss? But it's funny because I kind of feel like that might be like the vibe of, if you have like new people coming in to your life, that might be how they feel about you. Like, they can feel that you're this calm, magical person, but they feel an intensity in you on the inside. They feel fire in you on the inside. And I think that makes them very drawn to you, very attracted to you. Like, people can tell you're not what you like. There's more to you than what you give, or there's more to you than what meets the eye. And I think that's very attractive right now. But I also feel like that's not the point of this energy, but I do feel like that is the aura you have. And I think you're learning how to work with it. I think it's like a newfound like power that you have too, and you're just like learning how to use it, understanding how it's being perceived and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I feel there's a huge part on this energy where like you also really don't care. You're like, I have been the bad guy before, I've been the good guy before, I have been, the devil card in somebody's life before, and I have been the high priestess in somebody's life before. Like, you're like, I have played so many roles, I don't care how I'm being perceived right now. Like, I kind of feel that vibe in this group, and I think it's really funny. There's a lot of funniness in this group. Like, I think this group has learned to laugh at life. This group has learned to laugh at itself. This group has learned to not take things so serious because it has been in some serious situations before. It has been there. It's beautiful. It's like beyond light at the end of the tunnel. We're just like now okay. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm just channeling this energy because I really love sitting in this energy. And I think that's going to be something you notice about yourself, is that people are going to just like being in your energy. People are going to like just seeing you. People are going to like just getting coffee with you. People are going to like just like talking to you, calling you up. So you might have more people doing that. I really feel like this group, this is kind of a funny thing. I feel like this group to some extent is like a little self-absorbed, okay? And I say that with like a lot of respect for you. I think you are self-absorbed because you had to be. You are an independent, like self-sufficient person. So you're used to handling your own things, taking care of yourself, yada, yada, yada. But now I feel like you're in a position where you kind of have to take care of your people, or you kind of have to like, be a catalyst for other people, or you kind of have to like be a friend for another person. Like, you kind of have to just now play a part in other people's life. It's kind of like the energy of like, what do you mean I'm not the main character anymore? Like, I have to be the supporting role. And you're like, yes, group number 3, it's time for you to be the supporting role. But it's funny because it's like, I see you as like the supporting role. I see you as also like the comical relief in a lot of people's lives. You're like this comical relief, or this like healing relief, or this cozy place, or this like peaceful energy where people can go. And I think if you embrace that and you like allow yourself to be that, like, you get a lot of good karma, you get a lot of like happy times, you get a lot of like interesting new people here to love you. And I feel like that's important, because I feel like this group has been alone for a really long time. And it really feels like you're kind of like remembering and reclaiming like really old parts of yourself that were really, really beautiful. Like some of the old best parts of yourself. You're remembering that and you're reclaiming that and you're incorporating it into the person you are now. And it's freaking like amazing. Like your energy, your vibe, everything. It's amazing. I want to be with you. I want to sit here and just read for you all day. Like, there's something about your energy that is so pleasant. Okay. And like I said, I feel like there's people who see that. And if you don't see that in yourself and protect that, then people who see that will try to put that flame out, will try to like offset it. I do feel a little bit of like jealousy or evil eye, or somebody who's just like going through it and sees how easy or how happy you are, and they're jealous and they're projecting that jealousy. Be careful of that. I really feel like it's important for this group to not be bothered by that, because I feel like it's really easy right now to be hot and bothered. Like, I feel like this group can go from like laughing and being cool to being like really freaking mad or really irritated, or like wanting to fight, or like wanting to have confrontation like fast. Like, you can go from 0 to 100 fast. I'm picking up on fire energy here. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, because you fire energy is like that. It's like everything that I've explained. Like, fire energy, when it's big and bright and burning, we all stop and we look at it. And fire energy, when it's big and bright and burning, it can burn away everything and like regenerate the land. And I think you're kind of teaching people how to do that in their lives. You're kind of telling them, you don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. It's because you did it yourself. You did the releasing process yourself. People are inspired by it. They're drawn by it. And now you're kind of like influencing other people to do it. And I don't even think you're actively doing it. I feel like your presence alone is naturally like invoking that energy. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Let me have another one. I also am channeling the energy of like play dates here. I'm channeling it in like a few ways. So one, if some of you are parents or whatever, you might be going to a few more play dates. Two, I'm channeling play dates like time. It's like literal time set aside to just fuck around and have fun. All right. So whether you go on play dates with your friends, play dates with like a little boo or whatever, it's okay to have more of that. And I feel like this group kind of feels like, oh my God, like if I'm not hyper focusing on like my work and my career and yada yada, like I'm gonna lose it. Like I feel like this group feels like if they don't tend to something, they're gonna lose it. But then at the same time, I feel like this group isn't tending to certain important things that you need to be tending to. Don't put that shit off. Handle your business. But my point is, for this group, you're fine. You have the Two of Pentacles. You can juggle it. Let's get some extra cards here. I also feel a lot of people like entering and leaving your life like kind of quick, or like in divine timing, people coming in and leaving. And I feel like this group maybe can have a hard time with that if you're someone who can be very attached to people. But I feel like you're kind of learning here that life like that life flows like that things change, that actually so much of life is temporary. And I think that's a scary ass thought, but it's also like a freeing thought, because that means like the hard stuff too is temporary, Okay, so I felt drawn to the Psychic Tarot deck. I haven't felt drawn to this deck in years, and I miss it because this is like my OG like Oracle deck. This is like the first Oracle deck I started working with. So I'm excited that it's back here with you. And that's what I think. Okay, if this group is feeling just slightly lost, and I'm getting freaking chills as I say this, but if this group is feeling slightly lost or slightly like confused about certain things, go back to your OG favorite things. Go back to your roots. All right, go back to your comfort things. And I think you can kind of get some inspiration from it or whatever, because I feel like what you have to do next is going to be different, and it's going to be out of the box. We have Jupiter that it just retrograded back into Aquarius, and I feel like that is going to kind of make people think a little bit more out of the box and want to see more out of the box things. And so I feel like your next move has to be out of the box, but hey, maybe you can derive some inspiration from what's old and from what's authentically you. Okay, that is I'm getting chills as I say this. Authenticity for this group. If you are anything but that, it's not gonna work. Ooh, I get chills as I say that. I guess this group is giving me too many chills. I'm like overstimulated in the body right now. I'm like, ugh. But like, for real though, like, I think anything that's inauthentic, anything that is not in alignment with your authenticity, it's going. I don't even think you have to try. I think Spirit will literally just remove it for you. All right, let's scoot these guys up. Let me make sure I am in frame still. Cool, I am. Okay. So, we have Truth here and Heart that fell. 420. JK, I'm immature. But look at all these 4s and 2s. 4, 2, 4, and 2. So, interesting. I like that. I like those numbers. I think of 2. When I think of 4, I think of 4th house energy. I think of our roots, our family. I think of Cancer energy. I think of our foundations, our ancestry. And when I think of 4 too, I also think of like the 4 main pillars of life. I think of the like AC, the AC, the DC, the MC, and the IC in astrology, which are 4 like major pillars in your chart. So maybe look at your 4 major pillars in your chart and just kind of study those energies a bit. You might get maybe some confirmation messages from there or guidance from there if you like watch YouTube videos and just see what astrologers have to say about those 4 main pillars of your life. But that's something I'm channeling. And when I think of the energy of 2, I think of the energy of balance. I think of the energy of duality complementing. I think of the energy of simplicity as well. I think, I like this energy of simplicity. I feel like there's certain areas of life right now for this group that need to be exaggerated, and certain areas of life for this group that need to be more simple. And I kind of get chills as I say that. Like, for instance, you could be like freaking out about like your routine and like your major to-do, and you have like a to-do list that you have to do and all that kind of stuff, like how you may have hella homework, whatever. Simplify that a bit. You know, you don't have to have like 5 things on your to-do list. Get the main most important 3 things down first, you know, and get that done. And then the next day, get the next 3 most important things done. And then get that, you know, you kind of got to simplify the game plan. That's what it feels like. You simplify the game plan so you can reach a more exaggerated outcome. You know, it is Leo season right now. This is a time to be a little bit flamboyant. It is a time to kind of, you know, be a little bit, to bring in some spice, bring in some drama. You have the Heart energy here. And I feel like there's a lot of like talking from the heart. As soon as I saw that card fall out, and with the Truth card, I immediately was like, this person finally can speak from their heart. And I feel like you've worked very hard to open that channel up. And now that you've opened that channel up, you're freaking unstoppable. You're powerful. You're inspirational. You're you know, influential. Those are some interesting words coming through, you know. Those are some words that indicate to me a level of like popularity, or a level of like acknowledgement coming in. I don't know, but that's super interesting. So let's see what other oracle cards fall. I want to pull a few more. I'm also kind of seeing here with these two cards like a newfound like emotional intelligence here. I'm also seeing that like there's no BS in your life right now. Like you really see it for what it is. You see people for what it is. You see yourself for what it, like there is just no BS. So if you feel like something is wrong, or if you feel like something needs to go, you can really trust that. I think that's a blunt, honest truth. And then here we have the shadow card coming out. I love this energy so much because look at this energy of like this person in a more like shadowed state, and then them in a more like brighter state. And I really feel like that is the balance that I'm seeing. That is the complementary energy that I'm seeing, is your own duality. You understanding the yin and yang in yourself. You understanding the light and dark in yourself. And you understanding that each side has a purpose and each side can help the other. And that you kind of work together in better harmony if you acknowledge both of these sides. So I'm also kind of seeing here, if you're into astrology, maybe getting into your sidereal chart if you haven't already. If you know your tropical chart, cool. Get into your sidereal. If you know your sidereal, get into your tropical. I kind of feel like there is a way to use both of those systems right now. But what I'm kind of seeing here with this energy of shadow is that, like, one, you know how to walk through the shadows now. You always have, but I feel like now you walk through like a king walking through their land. Oh, I get freaking chills as I say this. I don't like it. You guys, your chills right now, like the chills that y'all give me right now is insane. And I think you give people that. You give people chills. You give people like this very mystical vibe, this kingly, mystical vibe. It's so strong. It's so royal. It's so regal. I cannot with this group. It's energy, but there's like this, you walk through the shadows the way a king walks through its land. Like you walk through it like you own it, like you've been there, like, you know, your inner demons, they bow down to you now. Like it's insane, that energy, and it's so powerful. And I think you need to let it show or let it come through. Or, you know, I think you kind of like live this narrative of a negative narrative, like, oh, I'm always the, you know, the oh, here we have wisdom coming out. Like you kind of like live this narrative like, oh, I'm always like the bad guy, or oh, I'm always like the fuck up, or oh, I'm always like, you know, gonna have to like run away and start over. And that's like really not true. I feel like now you're coming in, and you know it's not true. Now you're coming in with this new narrative of like, I'm a badass. Like I really survived that. Like I really healed from that. Like I really came out of that. And that's that wisdom you have now. And you need to teach that wisdom. Ooh, I get chills as I say this too. A lot of you are teaching. Maybe literally getting into a career of teaching. Maybe just teaching simply like your younger siblings and helping your family heal. Simply teaching your friends. But or maybe you're like online, you know, putting out work where you teach, but it feels like this you teach what you learned from your heart. You know, I don't see you out here teaching like, you know, A plus B equals C. That might be part of the game plan too. But when I say teach, it feels like this is what you're teaching, the heart chakra. This is also what you're teaching, the shadow of life. People are learning this from you, learning to not be afraid of the shadow, learning not to be afraid of their heart, learning how to speak their truth, learning how to share their wisdom and their mind. That's all some important things that you've learned, and I think you are teaching other people that. And, you know, one thing I need to clock this group on is I do not want you out here with, like, a God complex, like, I am the savior friend, like, listen to me, I know better, yada yada. No. No, and I don't think, you know, you're working from an ego like that either, but just in case some of y'all are, please, you know, check in on your ego. Ego deaths are going to be nice this month. I really feel like this is not the month to be super vain and super like in your ego. I feel like that really shows right now, and it's like not the cutest look. I don't know. But And I don't feel like this group is working from there. I feel like this group is working from such a humble place. But do be careful of that savior God complex, okay? Because I think what can happen is, you know, when you like focus on something, it's like you can put so much energy into it that it cracks. You can put so much energy into it that it breaks. All the good things coming to you right now, they happen so naturally that you really just don't have to try. And I think that's kind of like a new thing for you, because maybe you're used to having to try really hard and work really hard for everything that you do. But I'm sorry, love, right now it's just gonna fall in your hands. So don't mess with it too much. Let it go, let it flow. I'm gonna pull some little oracle cards here just for funsies. I've been kind of experimenting with this deck. It's like humongous, but let's just see what oracles we can get here. I'll work with like half the deck. Let's get some tea leaf oracles, please. Channeling a few months right now. I'm channeling the month of September, I'm channeling the month of October, and I'm channeling the month of December. That is very significant months for this group. So first card we have is fire. It says strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And I told you I was picking up on a lot of fire signs, and I honestly see this more so as passionate love coming in. Like, I feel like your emotions are supercharged right now. Right, tea leaf. It says moon, changes in your life. Oh, I love this energy of moon and fire. It's so balanced and it's so beautiful. And it's also kind of like you see these two cards and you look at they're both like so glamorous. They're both so like eye-catching. They're both also like they move at their own pace. The moon is always waxing and waning as it pleases. Fire is going all over the place. They're kind of hard energies to like integrate together though. So I think that is like, ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump it, but I think that is kind of like the hard part for this group is maybe combining these two energies, this really fiery, indescribable, maybe even a little dangerous, but also really bright and beautiful, strong energy in you. And then this like mysterious, like this is how you come off to people, but then behind, people can kind of see that you have like this depth, this mysteriousness, this intensity, this emotional side to you, this motherly side to you as well. I feel like you play a mother archetype for a lot of people right now, and the mother archetype just means like you're a really nourishing and safe place for people to go to right now. Wow, so that's super interesting. So I think you're going to be working on combining those two energies together. Let's see what this third energy is. Ooh, it says skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. So let me say one thing about Tea Leaf. Miss Tea Leaf, she does not deliver messages sometimes in the nicest way, but I still like it because it's a deck that tells the truth, you know. But what I'm getting from this energy of skull, energy of hidden secrets coming forward, is that if you, the thing I'm getting right now is that it's very, like, karma is heavily at play right now. Karma is heavily at play right now. So if you're harboring secrets for someone that karmically needs to come out, like, yeah, it's going to come out, you know? And what I really feel this energy is, though, is like, it's hiding secrets from yourself. That's going to bite you in the butt. If you're hiding secrets from yourself, that's going to bite you in the butt, because you have truth and heart chakra here. So it's like ignoring the truth or like turning a blind eye to the truth, not going to be working in your favor right now. So I think this group has to like get up and handle shit right now. This group has to like get up and face stuff. Like, there's really like no excuse not to. And I feel like if you don't, like, you know that you're like setting yourself up for like harm down the line. And I don't like the word harm. I feel like that can come off a little harsh, but it's like you're setting yourself up for like for it to bite you in the butt later down the line. And I feel like that is like a cycle, a coping mechanism that you need to break out of it. And yeah, let me check on the time here. Like I said, oh my God, this reading is like 30 minutes long. I told you something about your energy, dude. Like, I can just sit in it all day long. I could just sit in it and read for you all day long and like not get tired. And I think that's like a very like addictive thing too. I feel like you're a very addictive person right now. So watch out for that if you're like, you know, engaging with a lot of new people. Make sure you have strong boundaries and stuff like that. All right, let's wrap this reading up then. I'm gonna wrap it up with a postcard from Spirit. That's how I've been wrapping up all the readings. Where is my postcard from Spirit card is like all the way over there. Let me take my mic off and grab it. Okay. Let me sit my little ass back down. And let's get back to reading. Let's wrap this reading up. I can't believe it does not feel like I have been reading for this group for only 30 minutes. I feel like I can talk for so much longer. Okay. Let's wrap it up. Postcard for this group. What postcard do you want to leave for group number 3? It's cool. I feel like you know, I'm seeing some lunar people here. So like Taurus and Cancer energy. And you might be like suddenly engaging with a lot of fire energy, with like a lot of Sagittarius and Leo energy. And Aries energy. Let's see. I forgot Aries. Is this a card? Okay, yes. Okay. Let's see. So we have on the back, it says celebrate life. Oh, I love that message already in the back because we have the 4 of Wands, little card of celebration. And I love this. Oh, okay. Right off the bat, I love this energy of purple. Something about purple. Like, look at all this purple I have. Purple here. I was drawn to like the purple deck. Something about the energy purple feels like it just matches your aura, or it's a very healing energy. Like keeping it in your space feels like it's going to bring some good vibes, like maybe getting like a purple plant, maybe getting like a purple pillow, just little things of purple. Anyway, it says, dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into the situation, relax into this transition to something new. I just need to put that card down for a second, because free fall, yes, that is exactly how I feel this energy. It's like y'all are free falling, and that was a chaotic good that I was sensing, but it's like you're free falling into like Spirit's hands. Like the bottom is so comfortable, so beautiful, so happy, so divine. Like you're free falling into Spirit's hands right now. It says all the elements are in place and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself. That's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. Oh my God, I love this energy. What a beautiful way to end the reading. And I really think that's true for you all. You're like leaping into something new, maybe leaping into a new job, leaping into a new relationship, leaping into a new life, and it's scary and it's a little destabilizing, but it's for you and it's gonna work out, and then you're gonna be safe and you're gonna be okay. So just do it. Okay, all right, group number 3, I really need to wrap this up. I adored working with your energy. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, comment down below, like this video, or tweet at me on Twitter. I love hearing back from you. Why don't you guys comment some moon emojis or fire emojis, maybe moon and fire emojis, so I know you picked out this reading. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to be working with your energy today. So if you chose this green deck or this necklace, then this reading is going to be for you. Okay, so when I was channeling a bit for this group, I felt like the main message that I got for this group was that there is there is a blockage or a difficulty in your life right now, because there is a truth that is so front and center that you are not like accepting, or there is like a part of you that makes you really happy that you're compromising, or there is like a relationship maybe that you know is done, and yet you stay in it anyway. Something about this group is prolonging something that is done and dead. Is done and is dead. And I'm sorry, I feel like, you know, this is gonna be kind of like a harsher, more blunt reading, but I feel in this energy that this group needs like a harshness and a bluntness. Perhaps there's a lot of like illusionary energy here, a lot of like rose colored glasses energy here, a lot of like not really seeing things for what it is. And the tea is that the way things are right now is that it's actually quite blunt. It's actually quite front and center. Like I feel this group has, it's like the energy of like they have their eyes over their, or sorry, their hands over their eyes. That's the image I get when I channel this group. You have your hands over your eyes, and there's something that you're like afraid of, like accepting. Let's see what we can figure out here. Let's get a vibe check for this group. I'm using the Tarot of New Vision. So it's the tarot, it's like the tarot deck, but from like a different perspective, from the backwards perspective. Really interesting. I remember posting about this on Twitter, that I got it, and somebody was like, that is demonic, blah, blah, blah. Like you are using it. No, I really don't. Since when are reversals something that is demonic? We read reversals all the time in regular tarot. The planets themselves move in reverse. When is it ever bad to get a new perspective? Like, come on now. But anyways, besides the point, let me get back into this reading. I really feel in this group's energy that there is a lot of like happiness here for you that you're like not letting yourself have. So I know we talked a lot about like letting something go, but I kind of also want to talk about letting something in. I feel that this group is retaining, like, so if you're like retaining like a lot of stuff, or retaining like a lot of like weight or something, I think that is kind of like a sign there. Like I'm picking up on the energy of like hoarding or something. So I feel like that's like a sign there that you need to let go of something, you need to release something. Here we have Temperance. Ooh, chills as I say this. Let's pick another card. The reason why I get chills as I say this is because Temperance deals a lot with the energy of transferring. What is transferring from one cup into another? And we just had Jupiter move into the sign of Aquarius. And I think that's kind of difficult for this group, because I feel like this group is not very good with change, picking up on a lot of fixed sign energy. So Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. I find that Taurus and Leo can kind of struggle more with this. Aquarius and Scorpio, they can kind of be like movable if they need to be. But my Tauruses and my Leo, you guys gotta figure out what's transferring over into this new chapter and what isn't. All right, so then we also have the Empress here. We had another card fall, which is the Seven of Swords. Oh my lordy, I was picking up on this energy. Okay. So I'm really drawn to the Seven of Swords energy here, because I felt, let me fix this camera angle. I just realized it's all types of like crooked. I'm so sorry. I don't even think that's any better, but whatever. One thing that I'm feeling with the Seven of Swords energy is, one, I feel like you're, how do I say this without insulting? Like, how do I say this without pissing this group off? What I mean to say is I feel like the Seven of Swords energy, low key, my love, it's coming from you. It's coming from you. I feel like you could be subconsciously like, you know, taking a lot of energy from another person, or subconsciously like staying in something with like the wrong intention, or holding on to your fears, or maybe you owe somebody an apology and that confrontation could be coming up. There is this energy in this group which is, like I said, this is going to be a little bit of a blunt, harsher reading, but there's this energy in this group where I think you've been not treating people the way you wanted to treat people because you yourself have not been happy, or you yourself are not liking a particular treatment, or you yourself are not are looking for a hole to be filled, and you're asking everyone else to fill it for you instead, and you yourself are the only one that could fill it. So there's that type of like energy coming in, and I really feel like there's a lot of like we gotta pay attention to negativity in our mind. I'm picking up on just negative thoughts in the mind in particular, and I really feel like we need to be more aware of where that's coming from. All right, so we can kind of do some like spiritual surgery here and pull that weed out of the garden, but I also feel like too, though, that there is kindness here being extended to you, and that if anybody owes you an apology too, like, you get it back. So it's not all bad. I really feel like this is like the Seven of Swords energy is just a result of you not addressing the thing you need to address, or you not releasing the thing you need to release. It's becoming too heavy now. And this Empress energy tells me that that the reason why you need to create barrenness in your life is because fertility is coming up next, because it's time for something better, it's time for something bigger, it's time for something new. And I think you like what you have right now. I think it's very comfortable, and I think it's moving too fast and it changed too fast. But the universe says it's time. Like, the ball needs to get rolling. You need to start working on these new projects and working on this new self and creating this new chapter. Like, there's a new wave here. There's a new wave here for you to hop on. I like this energy of the swan too. Like, I feel an energy of purification that needs to happen. And I think there's a lot of toxicity coming through your body right now, and through your mind, through your energy, is because it's leaving your body. It's coming out from deep within you, coming through the surface and leaving that body. That process isn't always helpful. Not helpful is not the right word. That process is not always pleasant. I'm okay, this is the image I kind of am channeling. It's kind of like, when you get like bit by a snake, and now they need to like suck out all the venom out of your body from that snake. That process isn't going to be like all fun and dandy. You know what I mean? That process is probably going to hurt a bit, but you like need to do it in order to heal. I feel like that's what's going on right now. All the poison, it's getting sucked out right now, and it's now front and center in your mind, in your heart, maybe in your day-to-day life, and it's overwhelming and it's difficult. But I really feel like you have support there for you, and someone there for you to ease you through that process. But you need to make sure you don't push them away. All right, that's what another thing I'm sensing with the Seven of Swords energy is, like, pushing people away or like isolating yourself or something because you like don't want to be a burden, or you don't want to hurt somebody, or you don't want to, or maybe you don't properly know like how to ask for like help like that or something like that, And I think Spirit wants me to reassure you that the people around you are there to help you. Like, Spirit has sent you these specific people because they are like that. They are the types to support you through the hard parts of life. That's where they shine the best. It feels like you have friends or family or someone there to support you when you need it the most. And like, that's honestly like probably their best quality, is that they're the kind of friend that can do that. I don't know. It's really beautiful, that energy. So you're not alone. That's one thing I sense for this group, is that you're not alone. All right. And I feel like you have a lot of angels around you with this Temperance energy, like lots of angels whispering in your ear, telling you to do it, telling you to try something new, telling you to maybe, there's like a call to something new. You need to follow that. I don't know why you haven't been following these calls. It's like, it's like you're afraid. I feel like you might be afraid because so much change is happening at once that it's quite overwhelming. You know, like maybe you've changed homes and then you've had to change jobs, or like you've had to change roommates and you've had to change, like, you know, your looks. I don't know, there's a lot of maybe different things that have changed, so that's why you're kind of like tired and overwhelmed by it. But it's like, you know, it's time. It was time for these things to air out and refresh. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some oracles then for this group. I want to see what oracles are coming up. I want you to offset the Seven of Swords energy with some love. With some unconditional kindness. All right, you need to offset it a bit. Put something pretty in your, like, in your home or in your room or in your space, like something like flowers, like something fresh and pretty needs to come in too. That's something I feel. And I also am feeling strongly like you need to stop comparing yourself to other people. You need to stop trying to gauge your level of success or your level of beauty based on like other people. That's just something I'm heavily sensing here. And I feel like there's a lot of like hard pills to swallow right now with this group. Lots of hard pills to swallow, and then, you know, the thing though is that I feel like they are necessary and they're manageable. Like you aren't going to be, you know, thrown off and destroyed by these hard pills. All right. Okay. Look at that. We have light coming in. I love that energy. And I think that confirms what I was saying, that like, you know, these truths coming up, they are, I think, long time coming truths, and I think they are like no longer true. It's like they're old truths, you know, truths that maybe you like loves somebody, maybe you don't love them anymore. Truths that you like this job, maybe you don't like it anymore. Do you know what I mean? So there's something about that, like something that maybe once was true isn't anymore, and that can be hard to accept. Let's see what other oracles we have for this group. This guy wants to come out. Intuition. I think your intuition is really loud right now, like so loud. And I think that's why Spirit is like kind of annoyed that you're ignoring them because they're like, I know you hear me. And beautiful material harvest. Okay, I feel like on a material plane, this group is doing awesome. But here's the thing, is I feel like there is so much that you have to release right now because you're preparing for this. You're trying to make room for your harvest. It's like, you know, when you got to clean out the kitchen so that way you can bring in, you got to clean out the old rotten veggies out of the fridge so that way you could bring in the new veggies from the garden. You know, you got to do that same thing. You got to clean out the old rotten, done with fruit so you can bring in the new fruit. Because this new fruit is fresher, it's better, it's healthier for you. This old shit, it's not healthy anymore. That's something I'm seeing here too, is something isn't healthy anymore. And maybe it makes you comfortable. Maybe it's not necessarily bad. Maybe it makes you happy, but it's not healthy. Example of this, maybe you're someone who's like, you know, like loves like a glass of wine at the end of the night. You know, it's not like the worst thing in the world. And a lot of people do it. It's quite normalized, I feel like. But maybe that's just like not making you, maybe it's just not healthy for you anymore. Like, you know, maybe it's just not working through your digestion and all that. And you kind of just need to find a different way to be happy. And it's not like that wasn't making you happy, but it's just not working with your tummy. It's just not working with your health. So you have to let it go. Another thing, maybe you smoke all the time. And you know, you love it. It makes you really relaxed and comfortable at the end of the night. It helps you go to sleep. But, you know, maybe it's starting to mess with your lungs and with your throat and maybe with your mind. And so you have to sacrifice it. You have to give it up. You have to find a new way to fall asleep and a new way to be happy. So that's something I'm feeling here. Another thing, a relationship. Ooh, big time. Like, you know, maybe you're comfortable and it's not like this person's bad, but you know, and it's not like, you know, you're unhappy, but maybe you want more. Maybe they're just not it. Maybe they're just not end game, you know. And it's these little truths that I feel like are going to allow you to have light, that are going to allow you to have a material harvest. Once it'll happen when you accept these truths. These truths are the blockages right now, and you have your intuition here. It's so strong. You know this. You know this. You know that this thing is expired, or this thing is done. Let's see. All right, let's get some tea leaf oracles in here. You know, I'm channeling the word envy. Pay attention to where you feel envious, because then that might be an area where you kind of need to step back and be like, why am I envious? Like, is there a part that I'm unhappy about in that area of life for myself? And then, hey, you might figure out what areas need to change there. Like, there could be some truth in your envy. You know, I really believe these emotions you're feeling, anger, envy, jealousy, they're so natural. Like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I wish, honestly, it were talked about more in a, like, you know, normalized way. That's natural human emotions, love. It's okay to feel that way. And it's an emotion you got to sit there and process and face. And it could be hard to process and face, because it makes us feel like we're a bad person, because society tells you, like, oh, if you're jealous or envious or whatever, like, you can feel like you're a bad person. That's not true at all, because everybody is envious and jealous of somebody. Like, please, if they're not, they're liars, or, like, who knows. But trust me, it's a normal thing. So face it. Don't run from it. It doesn't mean you're bad. I feel like you're running from certain things because you're like, oh my God, does it make me a bad person? Love, we're all bad people. We're all bad people, and we're all awesome people. Like, we're human. We're human, okay? All right, let's see what this oracle was. We have broken ring. So parting of the ways in either romance or business. What I freaking tell y'all, something's done and dead. That cycle, it's done. That lesson learned, okay? Like, it's time to shake it up. It's time for something new. All right, let's see. Let's get some more confirmation. Okay, that was a lot. We're gonna put that back and try again, and, you know, get a little more specific here. Okay, let's try again. All right, you know, and romance and business, those are really tough areas of life for something to end, for something to break. So please be kind and nurturing to yourself. Please surround yourself with your good friends, your good, you know, siblings, cousins, family members, whatever. And also know that there's something new already here for you. Like, I don't think you're going to sit in emptiness for very long. I think it's like something new is like waiting to drop in, like, immediately after. So I just want to point that out. Like, this energy feels like it's about to go from 0 to 100, like, in the month of August. Like, you might start off August in this, like, tight, tense, like, difficult spot, but you end August feeling free and yourself and excited and motivated. Like, I'm telling you, I apologize for that disruption. I forgot I set an alarm for 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I wonder if that time is specific for you guys, or, hey, stay straight. Stay straight, camera. Straight. Oh my God, she don't know how to be straight. Kind of like me. Hey. Okay, whatever. It's going to be a little crooked. I don't care. Anyways, I got distracted. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Okay. So the alarm went off at like 12 o'clock exactly. So I wonder if that time or date might be specific for you, or the number 12 is going to be specific. You know what's funny? It's number 12 in astrology, 12th house, detachment, endings. Think the end of the wheel. You've made it all the way around, and now you're at the end of the wheel. It's time. Ooh, I wonder if any of you are, like, wrapping up a 12th house perfection year. Chills as I say that. I feel like some of you might be wrapping up your 12th house perfection year. That means you're 23, or I'm not even gonna go through the ages, but, like, if you are, I would suggest, if you are into astrology and like that kind of stuff, I would suggest looking up a YouTube video on it, because I just wrapped up my 12th house perfection year. So I was 23, I'm now 24. And let me tell you, that was, like, the loneliest, like, last few weeks ever. Like, I literally had to let go of so much. Ooh, look at this. We have a specific date, February, coming through. But, yeah, so that's interesting. Let's see what, okay, so we have another thing here. It says honor and respect will come to you. Crown. You need to crown yourself. That is something that I am immediately sensing right off the bat, is that you need to crown yourself. I feel like you aren't like letting yourself be like the ruler of your life right now. Like you're letting so many other things rule it. That's not fair to you, you know, it's not fair to you at all. Can we get in one more tea leaf card at least? Let's see what comes through. Moon is here, changes in your life. Look at that. Life is like waxing and waning always. And you know, the thing with these changes is they're not like super crystal clear. Like they're like, not, how do I say this? The things that I think the thing that comes with these changes is that they're a little like unknown. Like you kind of have to like walk into something unexpected, or you have to walk into something a little bit unknown, or like it's kind of like the energy I sense. It's like you're going on this journey, but you don't have a map. Like you just know you have to go on the journey. That is the kind of changes the moon energy brings. When the sun brings us changes, I feel like we're like, oh my God, yes, this is exactly what I need to be doing. This is my purpose, yada, yada, yada. But when the moon brings us changes, I feel like we are a little bit like, I don't know where I'm going. I just know I have to go. And I feel like that's your vibe right now. And it's okay. You can trust in it. Like literally let yourself free fall. Let yourself free fall into these changes. Don't be crazy or like irresponsible, but let yourself free fall. Then we have yield. It says you need to defend yourself. You need to stand up for yourself, and you need to like set your boundaries. I feel like you're not standing up for yourself. And it's time. And I think you are going to do that though. Like I have no doubt that this group has like the courage to do that. So all right, let's see. This last card says barrel. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So you feel the lack. You know it's there. And it's, I think, now time to just start addressing it and actually doing something about it, instead of just like, I don't know, there's this energy of like feeling like you have to how do I say this? There's like this energy of feeling like you have to just suck it up, but you don't. You can fight it back. Okay, you can defend yourself. You actually, I think that's kind of the evolution here, or the lesson here, is setting those boundaries and defending yourself, and finally getting your glass full. Oh, I have chills to say that. Get your glass full, my love. Like, why are you sitting here with the glass half empty? That's not how it should be. You need to get up and literally go fill your glass up with a lot more love, with a better friends, with a better, you know, partner, with a happier, you know, love life, with a better career. All that can improve rapidly. Like, I really feel like it does. I feel like the second you like kind of like realize like, okay, I need to make a change. Like I need to kind of like release some of my control here. I feel like things start improving so fast, like lightning speed. Like it feels like you're gonna be like big time chilling by September, honestly. I'm not too worried about this group, because this material harvest, like I said, it's hovering over you already. It wants to drop in. It's just waiting for you to let it in. All right, let's wrap it up with a postcard from Spirit now. Let's wrap it up with a postcard from Spirit. You need a different perspective on life. Maybe that's why you were drawn to this deck. You need a different perspective on life, and I think it's gonna require a shakeup a little bit in order for that to happen. But happiness awaits at the end. I wholeheartedly believe that. Pure happiness and safety waits at the end. Okay. All right. What postcard do you want to leave this group? All right, here it is. Ooh. Alrighty. We have two. I think I'm going to take the top one. Yeah, I want to take the top one. And on the back it says with love. All right, it says, Dear you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. You're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching you and rooting for your unlimited ultimate success. Angels, I told you, they are here, and they're active, and they're with you, and they're holding your hand every single step of the way. It says, life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep faith. We love you always and forever. Oh, I love this energy. Like, what you want matters. How you feel matters. All right? And I feel like right now you've been pushing that to the side. Like, for what? For what? Nothing is worth compromising your happiness. Nothing, okay? You do not have to compromise your happiness for the right people, for the right jobs, for the things that are right for you. And like I said, you have angels here. You're not alone. You have friends here. You're not alone. You have family. You have somebody or something here. You are not alone, okay? Okay, I'm going to leave it on that note. Thank you so much for clicking on this video group number 4. Comment down below some angel emojis so that way I know you picked this pile. And yeah, if you want to let me know what you think, you can tweet at me, comment down below, or just give this video a like. So that way I know you guys like this kind of content and want to see more of it. But yeah, it was awesome reading for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.